why your normal labs are lying to you and your doctor doesn't even know it. If your doctor says you're fine, but you feel terrible, one of you is wrong. And I'm about to show you why it's probably not you. What if I told you that normal doesn't actually mean healthy? What if the real problem is hiding in plain sight in numbers your doctor never even looks at? Hi, I'm Jessica Klanik, the founder of Hyper Health Wellness Center. Today, I'm going to expose one of the biggest lies in modern medicine, the lie that keeps you feeling exhausted, foggy, and totally stuck. So let's get into it. Let me tell you about Marcy. She's 42, mom, successful career, takes care of everyone around her, but she can barely take care of herself. She wakes up exhausted, even after getting 8 hours of sleep. And by 2 p.m., she's reaching for her third, sometimes her fourth cup of coffee. Brain fog is so thick, she forgets why she walked into a room. And the weight, stubborn, frustrating. No matter what she tries, she can't lose. So she goes to her doctor and they do some blood work. And the doctor says everything looks normal. But Marcy doesn't feel normal. She's still really tired, exhausted. So she tries cutting carbs. She's intermittent fasting. She's exercising more, but she's still gaining weight. So she goes and sees her primary care doctor again. This time she gets a referral to endocrinology. Endocrinology tries her on some levothyroxine, which is a thyroid medication. Marcy takes her levothyroxine every morning for months and then years, but the same story. She's still gaining weight. She's still exhausted. She still has brain fog, and she still keeps being told her labs are fine. Sound familiar? You know something's wrong, but all the tests just keep coming back saying you're fine. So here's the truth of what's really going on. Your labs are not lying. Your doctor isn't even lying. He's just not asking the right questions. So let's talk about what normal actually means. When your doctor says your thyroid's normal, you're fine, they're actually comparing you to a reference range. And this range, it's actually based on 95% of the population, not 95% of the healthiest people, 95% of everyone who got tested, including people who are tired, overweight, struggling with debilitating brain fog. So when you're told your TSH is 3.5 and the normal range is 0.5 to 4.5, your doctor says you're fine. Your thyroid is fine. But here's what they're not telling you. Optimal thyroid function. That's a TSH between 1 and 2. So at 3.5, your thyroid is actually struggling. But according to their range, it's not struggling enough to get additional treatment or to do something different. This is the problem with the conventional medicine, conventional lab ranges. They're waiting until you're broken before they help you. But at Hyper Health, we don't wait for you to break. We listen to your struggles. We believe you, and we optimize you before you break, before you crash. So let's go a little deeper into what's going on. Even if your TSH looks good or looks fine from a conventional range or even an optimal range, there's a whole other layer your doctor isn't even checking when it comes to the thyroid function. So here's what a standard conventional lab panel for thyroid would contain. It's going to include a TSH, maybe a free T4, and that's it. But here is what's missing. Free T3. This is the active, usable thyroid hormone. This is the one that your cells actually need to turn on your metabolism and actually use for energy. So your body has to convert T4 to T3. And if that conversion isn't happening, you're tired, no matter what your TSH says. And even if they give you levothyroxine, which is T4, if you're not making the conversion, you're staying the same. So at Hyper Health, we check a free T3. We want to know what your active thyroid hormone is doing too. If this is below 3.5, you're going to have a slower metabolism. You're going to have a difficult time losing weight, or even you're going to continue gaining weight. You're probably going to be cold and have some hair loss and have no energy or have some fatigue issues. So we look to see if you actually have enough of the nutrients needed to make the conversion from T4 to T3. The body needs certain nutrients to make this conversion, whether it's your own natural T4 production or you're getting synthetic T4 through levothyroxine or another medication. But the conversion still needs to occur, and it has to have certain nutrients, and it has to occur in the liver and the gut area. So we're also going to look at that because the thyroid is not living on an island by itself. The brain sends a message to the thyroid sends out T4. T4 has to be converted to T3 in the liver and the gut. If this conversion isn't happening, but you wouldn't know if you didn't check free T3, we're going to help the body by giving it more of the nutrients that are needed to make this conversion. But also, does the liver need extra support? Does the gut need extra support? Because this is where the conversion happens. We're going to look at those things. Now let's talk another lab marker that isn't drawn from a conventional standpoint. And this is called the reverse T3 levels. This is basically like the brake on your thyroid. When you are stressed, when you're inflamed, or you're dealing with the toxins or infections, your body actually makes more reverse T3 instead of the active free T3. And so this would be like basically you putting your foot on the gas in your car while your parking brake is on. How well is your car going to drive, right? Not well. So the same thing's going on when it comes to your metabolism. So standard labs, they don't even check this reverse T3. Now let's talk thyroid antibodies. Are they checking thyroid antibodies? Not usually. These are TPO, anti-TG, or thyroglobulin. These are going to tell us if your immune system is actually attacking your thyroid. Is it the immune system that's the issue? Hashimoto's thyroiditis is actually an autoimmune condition, in which case the immune system is acting a little haywire, and the thyroid is taking the brunt of the damage from this, which is causing then low functioning or sometimes higher functioning Graves' disease. But Hashimoto's is actually the most common form of hypothyroidism. This could be happening for years before your TSH even moves out of that range. But if we catch it early, we can slow it down. We can even reverse it. So when Marcy's doctor said her labs were normal, they weren't lying. They just weren't looking at all the right information or the full picture of what the thyroid is doing. So here's now where it gets even more interesting, because even after we look at all those things and we optimize your thyroid, if your cells aren't functioning well, you're still going to feel terrible. This is what we call the cellular health model. Basically, you have the mitochondria, which are the powerhouses or the energy makers of your cells. They produce ATP, which is your body's energy currency. When your mitochondria are damaged, or stressed, or starved of nutrients, they cannot make enough ATP or enough energy. And that's when you start to feel exhausted, foggy, and stuck. So let's talk about what damages our mitochondria. Well, chronic stress, poor sleep, toxins, inflammation, gut dysfunction, infections, hormone imbalances, which are all the things that your doctor said were fine on your blood work, because they're not even looking at your cells and the mitochondrial function. We don't just look at your blood work. We look at your cellular function too. And then we use tools like IV vitamin therapy to flood your cells with the nutrients they need to create energy. We use ozone and ultraviolet light therapy to reduce inflammation and boost oxygen and support the immune system. We use peptides to repair and generate tissue. And we use customized compounded medications too if needed. These are made specifically for you. So we're not just treating symptoms. We're helping the body heal from the cell up. So what do you do if this sounds like you? Well, if you've been told that your labs are normal, but you know something's not right, here's your next step. Comment labs below and we'll DM you our free guide. 5 tests your doctor isn't running, but should be. This guide will break down the exact labs that we draw at Hyper Health, what they mean, and why they matter. And if you're ready to take the next step, click the link in our bio to schedule your consultation. We'll run comprehensive labs, look at your cellular health, and create a personalized plan to get you feeling like yourself again. No more you're fine when you're really not. No more guessing, just real answers and real results. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button. We're dropping a new video every week, breaking down the truth about functional medicine, cellular health, and what it really takes to feel amazing. Next week, we're diving into the Mitochondria Masterclass, why everything you know about energy is wrong. You won't want to miss it. Comment labs below for that free guide, and we'll see you on the next one.